Can you guys hear me out there? All right. Uh, Hopefully you can. I feel like this is using my computer microphone this time and not my camera microphone for some reason. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me all right. Good deal. All right. Yeah, I feel like this is using my computer mic. I changed some settings and whatnot. So anyways, y'all, welcome into the live. Yeah, as you guys can see, I got all the mail stacked up there, and there's a couple of rows of it actually behind those. Kind of wild how much y'all sent in this month. Thank you for that. I think it might be the most in a single month so far, but we also got a couple of letters to go through, which were from the same person. But cheers, everybody. It's been a great month. As I mentioned on the last video, we hit 130,000 subscribers, which is mind blowing to me. I think that's like, I don't know. I got to look it up. The population of the town I grew up in, because that's always how I kind of base it on. That's over 5 times the population of the town that I grew up in. So that's kind of wild today. But thank you guys for that. Everybody tuning in. Coral, your boyfriend caught 3 fish today. I went fishing yesterday and caught a bunch of small fish. I was trying to go out camping. It didn't work out, so I scrapped the video because I didn't have anything else with me to cook. I should have just starved, I guess, but I didn't really feel like doing that. I caught a sunburn, which I don't know if you guys can see it on my face or not, but my arms are burnt. So it is what it is. We'll get back out there and try again, but I was trying to do a tasty catch and cook for you guys. So I'm back on the fishing, but we'll see. I think I'm going to try to get the boat going this week. So I know 100% I'm going to have to pull the carburetor off and just douse that thing with carb cleaner. So fingers crossed it works without having to take it into a shop somewhere. I have no idea how to work on a boat motor. And I'm not at all familiar with 2-strokes either. So we'll see how that works out. But Julian, yes, there'll be a video out tomorrow. My wife and I went and stayed in a cabin in Iowa. It was pretty sweet. Checked out a museum, saw some buffalo. It's a shorter video, but I enjoyed it, so I hope you guys dig it too. And then we'll get back to the camping video probably for Sunday. But we're also going to have some other stuff coming up this month. I really want to get started on working on the garage here. You guys can see that the van is white and the walls are like dingy yellow. So I need to start washing all the walls. I got a bunch of junk that needs to be put on shelves. So I'm going to pick up some shelving. And then once we get that stuff kind of figured out, we're going to put a lift in. We're going to put a loft in up here. And that's going to be the live stream space. This month, I'm going to get a garage door put in. So I need to hit up my old neighbor to get that done. So there's going to be a lot of that stuff coming up. I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure you hit the like button on all that stuff. Make sure you hit the like button on this too, guys. If you're tuning in, there's 200 of you in there and only 63 likes. Come on now. But yeah, we're going to get back after it. I really want to get this stuff done in here. Get some more lights put up. It doesn't look terrible on the video, I guess, but I'd like to get some more lights put in here. Did some work today, put up our security system. So we've got cameras and all that stuff and everything. So don't come creeping around. That wouldn't be a good idea. But let's go ahead and get some mail opened up here. So these are from Nick Connor out of Kentucky. And he sent 2 like 6 days apart. Although I feel like this one might have some photos or something in it. So let's pop these open, I guess. Howdy, y'all. Hey, man, you should come to Kentucky to camp. You'll like it. There's lots of history. Keep up the good work. I watch your videos every time you put one out, and you're live every time you put it out also. We had a tornado March 30th, but everyone's okay. Thank you, Nick. We'll see what's in the other letter. Good thing everybody's okay from the tornado. We've had a few around here. Like there was a storm a couple of weeks ago where there was some south of my house and some north of my house within like 30 miles. So we got really lucky on that. If you guys are OGs and you remember the homie Greg, a Midwest family, although he hasn't uploaded in a while, he got kind of hit by the storm. He didn't get a tornado, but he got a lot of hail damage at his house. Like I think it busted out some windows. It was like over golf ball size hail. So I'm really, really happy that we didn't get any of that around here. But because I don't think our insurance covers that. They consider it just cosmetic damage and they're not going to pay for hail damage. So unless it goes through the roof, which would be a bummer to replace all the sheet metal on this building, but we've got a $1,000 gold mark here. What is this? Hey, Crazy, I want to say hey and I'm keeping you in my prayers. We're going through flooding and I'm out here to help my Kentucky people make sure they're okay. And he sent in it's a Donald Trump $1,000, like it's paper, it's not actual gold. But that's kind of rad. I'm not a politics guy, y'all. I don't vote. I don't choose to do that. So this is still neat. Thank you for this, Nick. I'll hang it up with the $20 bill somebody sent in a while back. That was, it was fake money, dude. It looks absolutely real. It's hanging up on the door over there. I was about to spend it and I was putting it, it was one that came in with, it came in a box that had syrup in it that had popped open. And so there was crust on the 20. And so I was like trying to get it off of there. And then I saw it and it says like copy money. And I was so thankful that I read that because the last thing I need to do is go to a store and try to spend a fake 20. But Boy tickles, wonder what kind of lift and balls are under the hood on that Chevy. So the lift is a 5-inch rough country. It's got Bilsteins all around. The Bilsteins in the front are adjustable. So they're set to a 1/2 inch lift. And then it's got 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches body lift on it. So, and then the rear has 2,500 or like 3/4 ton leaf springs. Since I got this tire hanging off the back, there's a lot of weight back there. And the motor is a crate engine straight from GM. They called it the LS 376 480, but it's 495 horsepower. So it gets up and goes. I'm hoping to get the gears done on this thing sometime this year. I'm waiting on the homie Brock to finish the gears on his Escalade, and then I'll get that done on this thing. So that'll be nice because it's being only a 4-speed. I mean, even now it's way, way better than it used to be, but sometimes it doesn't like to hold 4th gear on hills. Like it'll downshift when I know it's absolutely got enough power. It just doesn't have the gear in it to do so. But in 1st gear, like you can floor it from a roll and it'll break it loose, hit traction control. So it's got plenty of power. It just I need like 300 or 400 more RPM, I think. It's got 373s with 35, so it's not the best, but I think we're going to put 430s into it. Gunnar, I got your solar lights there in the basement. If you're talking about the ones you sent in a while back, all but camping stuff is still in totes in the basement. I put a couple of shelves up down there, so I've got it somewhat organized. But I know there was a bunch of stuff that were probably set on the couple of lives from the last house, from the old house that I haven't got to yet. There's a couple of things that like, I remember there was like a little gas stove that I wanted to try out. So I got to start going through all that stuff. But I ended up, all the merch stuff is in the basement. I'm sure somebody's going to ask about merch. We should have it out this month. We have everything. We got like our label printer, all that stuff. One thing we're waiting on is I'm going to get like I don't know, something like a postcard that's going to go into every single order. It'll have a picture on one side, and on the back, it'll have the YouTube. It'll have my social media account. So like Instagram, if you get a hat or something, you can take a picture of it and tag me, and I'll repost it to my story. So I wanted you guys to see that. So that's going to be in there. So we're waiting on getting some of those, and then we should be able to get it up. I'm not exactly sure. We're figuring out how to use the website, and we have to collect tax on everything, and that is kind of a pain to do with that type of stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll get that stuff figured out. But what else was I going to say about that? Yeah, merch is coming, y'all. Oh, somebody told me that there's a TikTok with my name. That is not me. So if you guys are on TikTok and you can report that, go ahead and do that. But I don't know if you can report it for impersonation because I don't have an account on there. So I don't know. But I'm not on TikTok. It's just Instagram and YouTube are my only official crazy Quady things. So anyways, why don't we hop into a package? We're going to go ahead and grab this one because this one is from Frank White. If you guys remember Frank is the one that sent in the mini diorama of the old Ford truck that I had, like the little diorama. It's over there on a shelf right now. I'm not going to grab that, but once we get our live stream space set up, we'll get all that stuff back up in the raccoon canoe and all that kind of nonsense. But he said he did a painting. So he sent me a painting. I'm not sure what this is, so we'll see. I'm excited to see it, though. Oh, cardboard all over me. The note is on the other side, and it's wrapped up. Where looks like there's a couple of blank ones in here. Hey, Mike, I dreamed you were at a campsite, but a group of raccoons confronted you because that was apparently their spot. Relenting, you finally had to move 2 spots down to make the raccoons happy. I woke up laughing, so I thought I'd make you something to remember it by. Hope you enjoy. Regards, Frank. It's entitled, You're Not Camping Here. Now you'll understand what's inside. I'm excited to see this. Gunner, it's the same P.O. box that's in the video description. It's the same thing. All right. Ooh, look at this. Man, that actually looks like me. That is a great painting. Check that out. He's like, get out of here, punk. Look at that. That is awesome. There's a couple of raccoons down here. Check that out. That is definitely going on the wall. And he signed it on the back. You're Not Camping Here. Painted it on 4/4/25 by Frank White. Dude, that is rad. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. That's probably the first painting of me ever. I'm guessing that's the first painting of me ever. That's great. Thank you, Frank. I love that. I want to set it up somewhere, but I don't want it to fall down. Maybe we can set it on the floor over here. This is a wrapped canvas. Just so you guys can see it during the live, because I don't have anywhere else to put it. It's somewhat visible, I suppose. Lisa White, thank you. Tell Frank thanks. Yeah, we might have to put that in a fancy frame or something. We'll see what we can find that doesn't cover up the painting too much. Hold it closer to the camera. You see my ugly mug? Dang old rakins are gonna get me. It's perfect painting for Trash Panda Ranch. Thank you for that, Frank. Katie, you tried something new that was just like Liquid Death, but more tasteful. I'll have to, there's a bunch of like these waters that are coming out now. But I dig them, you know. It's definitely not like pop because there isn't as much sugar in it, but it's a great way to get off the sugar. I think the best one is the Killer Cola that I'm drinking right now. Like old cardboard from the thing. Redneck Hillbilly, what's up, man? I'm doing good. Yeah, darn close to the real thing. I'm probably a little bit more ugly in person. Gunner, the P.O. box is in the video description. Joseph, I'll get back down to Missouri pretty soon. I've got a couple of trips that I want to take this year. We'll see. I'm still trying to keep it pretty chill. June will be 1 year out from the old heart attack. Got to go see the old cardiologist, but we'll see what I get up to this year. You know, like I've mentioned before, I really want to get this house stuff done. So that's going to take up quite a bit of my time. Need to get the old barn and that junk taken care of because I'm sick of looking out the front window and seeing that stuff. So that's kind of on the top of my to-do list. But we'll get out for a couple of trips these years. The ticker's doing good. I feel good, man. Everybody always gets so freaked out about what I eat, but I have to tell everybody over and over again, I had a heart attack because I was smoking 15 cigars a day, not because of my diet. And you guys all need to realize, and I probably don't need to tell you guys that are in the live stream, but I don't eat like that all the time. I eat way healthier at home, but nobody wants to see me eat chicken and rice or tuna and rice in every video. Like I make some healthy stuff here and there, but it's also a good time for me to be able to make some junk food and enjoy it. So I'm constantly trying to make something different in every video. So it's not always going to be healthy, but hey, if you want to comment and tell me how what I'm eating is bad, good, comments are always good, you know? All right, let's grab another one. There are quite a few Amazon packages, but there's also quite a few personal packages with this round. Oteka, I'll definitely film a bunch of it. I keep going back and forth on like making a second channel and putting it all on a second channel, but I also feel like that would be kind of a pain to do. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. But I'm going to film all of it. All right. This is from Bobby and Melissa, or Bobby and Melissa out of Grayson, Kentucky. We got a letter falling out already. Let's go ahead and read this first. Just Purple Gaming. Since the surgery, any food that you really miss? No, there's nothing that I've stopped eating at all. I don't eat as much macaroni and cheese as I used to. I did have some in the last video, but just in general, I'm trying to eat healthier. Like for kind of brunch today, I made myself another omelet, you know. So just more natural foods, less junk, but like in the videos, I'm gonna eat the junk food. Thank you for the donation. But no, there's nothing that I've just completely stopped eating. Quady, hope you enjoyed the Pringles, Texas barbecue brisket chips, and the extra flamin' hot crunchy Cheetos. We know you like to try new products. If you don't care, take them with you on a camping adventure and give us a shout out in the video if you have time. Sincerely, Bobby, Melissa, and Robert. We've got some extra hot, flaming hot cheaters. And then, yeah, Pringles Texas barbecue brisket. I can't say I've seen those either. Thank you for that. We will definitely take those along for a video. Extra hot. I wonder how hot these could possibly be. We might have to make a ramen spread with these. You guys probably don't know what that is, but it's about the same as a burrito, I guess. Thank you, guys. Got to put everything on the same side. Chris Gay, yeah, I've been to Minnesota multiple times. There's multiple Minnesota videos, a couple of cabin videos, a few ice fishing videos, slept on a lake a few times up there. Yeah, there's multiple Minnesota videos. Pat 2469. I don't have that sticker, and I'm not a huge fan of stickers on vehicles and stuff like that. So probably not. Dave S, you got 12 acres. That sounds nice. All right. We've got Terry Ray, I'm guessing, has sent in some of these, but I noticed there's an actual package from Terry Ray, not just Amazon stuff. Shout out to Terry Ray for always sending in the foods. Ooh, we got some Spam. Jalapeno Spam. Jalapeno. Thank you for the Spam. And tuna. I can only imagine this is from Terry. Could be wrong. Enjoy your gift from Terry Ray. Thank you, Terry. What kind of tuna is this? Oh, it's chicken. I think he may have sent the same flavor on the last video. Last live stream. We got Lon Bowers. Cheers, Lon. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Some roasted garlic and herb chicken. These things are great, y'all. Love this stuff. And Spam is always great. This is great in omelets. I like making Spam for breakfast, but yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, Terry. Put this back in there this way. I think I just need to go ahead and find the package from Terry, because I think everything he sent in up to this point has been from Amazon. Here we go. Terry Ray out of Texas with some Fragile stickers on it. Y'all leave Gunner alone. He's fine. Love me some tuna. All right. Terry Ray. And we've got a personal note. Dear Mike, here's a few things you might like. Some of it might come in handy. I wanted to thank you for the videos. They're so uplifting. It makes me wish I was 30 or 40 years younger and I could get out like you do and see the country or the state. We can't wait for the next episodes to see what your summer is or the park you're at, because Nebraska is a beautiful state. Texas is nice, but it's so freaking big to get around. I wanted you to know that the doctors could treat my prostate cancer with radiation for 6.5 weeks, 5 days a week for 20 minutes of treatment. Should eradicate the cancer, and I'm okay with that. Thank you again for the best YouTube show, Terry Ray. Terry, it's awesome that they're going to be able to treat that. I wish you the best of luck with that. We've got some Dunkin' Midnight Dark Roast. Always love me some coffee. A wireless short video and music remote controller, some sort of wireless controller. Maybe I can use this to turn my camera on and off. You guys have no idea how much time I spend walking back and forth from the cameras. Like 99% of the time, I'm using one camera. So every time you see the camera move, I've stopped what I'm doing and I've moved the camera around and whatnot. That does take some time. So we'll see if we can do this. The homie Travis is in the chat. What's up, Travis? Thanks for the donation. Hope to meet up with Travis this year. Got to get out to the old Van Nationals, bud. What is this? Short video and music remote controller. So it's like you should be able to plug this thing in. We'll have to try see if we can get this to work. Oh, this is the charger for it. So it's a ring. It's a little ring. And I think you can hit record on here. Video and music remote controller. It might not. Oh, yeah, and selfie control. So I might be able to turn the camera on and off with this. We shall see. Kind of neat. All righty. Put that back in there so I don't lose it. Ooh, look at that. We've got a couple of bottles of A1 Bold and Spicy Tabasco. I haven't had A1 in a while. Used to have this stuff all the time. Bold and Spicy with Tabasco pepper sauce. We will definitely give this a try. Got a couple bottles of that and a camp knife with a nice sheath on it. Check that guy out. That's got a nice thick blade on there. Dang old dang. And this looks to be adjustable. Since I'm a lefty, I should be able to switch this around to the other side when you can lock it closed. All righty. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate that. How does this even open up? Don't want to break it. Oh, got squeeze there. There we go. There we go. Got that. Yeah. Stick it on your belt. Since this thing is adjustable, you could do it this way, carry or whatever. But yeah, shabai. Them dang old raccoons ain't gonna get me now. I like fixed blade knives. Thank you, Terry. Appreciate it. That is really cool. I like the little red inlays in the handle, if you guys can see that. Yeah, I don't know what brand it is, but you guys can probably find that. D2, which I think that's a good steal. It is a nice knife. Thank you, Terry. I won't ruin it by opening boxes like I'm doing with my other one. It's just the one that I had with me right now. Appreciate it. We will definitely give this all a whirl. Travis is messaging me. Don't want to lose that other set of instructions for this thing. Terry always coming in clutch. The chef, remember Cross Creek camping? You should stay on the island sometime. I do want to get back down there and stay on that island. The campground he's talking about, I've been there. I think at this point I've been there like 4 or 5 times. Some of them were before YouTube, but I've motorcycle camped down there, I think 3 times at this point. One of those were on a video. I think that was like a three-part series. Motozarks is what I think I called that. And then my wife and I stayed down there in one of the cabins, and that was when the channel hit 1,000 subscribers. So that has been quite a while back now. But yeah, I think it would be cool to get down there and camp on the island. I'm sure I would have to book that in advance. And that's the thing that I'm horrible at doing, is that I'd never book campsites. So I'd have to book that one, but we could definitely do that. That one guy, no, I don't have dreams or nightmares about raccoons. I'd just like to have one, but my wife would never go for that. Hey, Kim, when are you building the loft? Hopefully within the next like 90 days. That's definitely got to get done soon. And it'll free up quite a bit of space down here. I'm really going to try to not put up I'm going to put up a couple of shelves just for some stuff that I would rather have on shelves, but I'd like to have the loft space. And then I'm going to put up cabinets along the whole front wall here, and just try to keep everything off the floor. There's definitely things that I have, like my table saw and, my welding cart, and there's things that are going to have to be on the floor. But one thing that I learned in my old garage was that basically I had one little shelf on the wall, and then I had a couple of movable shelves, and just everything along the walls or whatever, it just encroaches into your space, and it just makes the room feel so much smaller. When I cleaned that whole place out, and even the homie Greg came over, he was like, man, this garage seems way bigger. And it's like, yeah, when you take everything out of there, it does. Like, now I've got 3 vehicles, my wife's car is in here. When I first moved in, this garage, and yes, this garage is 4 times the size of the other one. It's 40 by 40 feet. But with everything in here, it takes up all the room. Like, the old van seats are sitting right here. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with those. I could put the two captain's chairs. I could carry those to the basement, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get that other one down there. And I don't really need them in the basement. Although I have thought about like building bases for those so that you can just use them as chairs. Like right now, you couldn't sit in the captain's chairs. They'd fall backwards. The bench would be fine, but maybe I'll use those and like build bases for them, or like just bolt them to a piece of wood or whatever. And then I can use those for extra chairs in the loft, because I'd like to be able to have that as kind of a hangout space. So, but yes, I definitely want to get building on that loft, as time and money allows. Like I got to do the garage door first, and I'd like to get the lift in as soon as possible. I don't think it'll be terribly expensive to build it, because it's only going to be like 20 by 10 probably ish, 20 foot wide and 10 feet deep. It's probably what I'm going to do with that. The biggest thing is, and I mentioned it on the next video, you guys will understand why, but I think I'm going to try to find a spiral staircase because it'll take up less room in the garage. Because otherwise you'd have to have like a big staircase coming down on that wall, which would probably push the van out a little bit this way, or it'd be in the front, or it'd have to like come down over the stairs. I don't know. So being able to do a spiral staircase would be really cool. So we'll see if we can work that out. Like I've been kind of keeping an eye on Facebook Marketplace to see if I can find a used spiral staircase. They do pop up every once in a while. So we'll see what I can make happen. 402 Ventures, cheers. Thanks for being a channel member. Thank you for the support. Bulldog do a luxury camping video, fine dining only. There was one that I think I named it luxury truck camping. It was that was a few years back. And by luxury in that video was I had a Nintendo, I brought a TV, and I think I used a toaster oven. And that was about as luxurious as I got with it, but it was nice. Juan Morrow, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the channel. Nooner, I do really want to get a dog. Hopefully we can get one maybe this year. The thing is with a dog, and you guys will have to understand this, is I'm not going to be able to take it on every single camping video, which I'm sure and then I'll have to explain it in the comments every single time. But there's a lot of places that I go to, like all these museums and things, that I'm not just going to be able to take a dog into, and then I'm not going to probably just be able to leave my vehicle running with the dog in it, definitely want to leave the van running or whatever. So it's going to be kind of pick and choose whether or not I take him with me. And, I already know, even though my wife claims she doesn't like animals, with our last dog, like I already know that if the dog's here and I start taking it for every camping video, she's going to be bummed that the dog's not here with her. So we'll see what we do. But yeah, there's a lot of videos like I said, with these museums and the places that I visit that I'm not going to be able to take a dog to. So we'll see how it goes. But I do really want to get a dog. Redneck Hillbilly 24-hour budget dinner. I've got a couple of videos like that I'd like to do, like $100 camping challenge or whatever. I've seen them done on YouTube before, like $100 Walmart challenge is one I'd like to do. And these days, as prices have gone up, that's going to be difficult. Like getting a tent and a sleeping bag and all this other stuff is going to add up very quickly. So we'll see. But I definitely want to do some budget stuff like that, not only for the challenge of it, but to be able to show you guys that it doesn't take a ton of money to be able to go out and camp. Like you don't need to have one of these vehicles to go out and do it. You can have a car. I could take the wife's car in a hammock and a $30 hammock or whatever and you can go out and have a good time. So we'll see. We shall see. Knife and jalapenos. Yes. Somebody got mad in the last video that I was saying jalapeno. They're like, it's disrespectful. You obviously don't get the joke. It's off of the TV show Trailer Park Boys. If you guys don't know that, it was a joke on the show, and I find it hilarious. But it is what it is. All right, this is Integrata, I don't know, from Fair Goods out of Buffalo, New York. Yes, Trailer Park Boys is hilarious, and I have not watched the newest movie. I think it's called like Standing on the Shoulders of Kitties or something like that. I need to rent that and watch it. I think you can rent it on Amazon, but it's about Bubbles and his band, Bubbles and the Shit Rockers. Like they get signed or something and they go on tour. I don't know. Have not watched it yet, but I definitely need to check that out. Carrie Ludwig, I also miss Mr. Leahy. Right before he passed, I want to say within like 6 months before he passed, I went and saw them all perform live down in Kansas City. And I was right in the front row, dude. My wife got front row tickets. My wife is rad. And yeah, he was right there. They were all right there. His liquor bottle fell off the stage and I picked it up and handed it back to Julian. Like, core memories. Really wish I could have got some pictures with those guys, but yeah, that was a great experience. We've got some chippies in here. Ooh. Doritos, jalapeno, and cheddar. You guys see that? We got dose bags of these. These are going to be tasty. I don't think I've seen these anywhere around here. Well, this has got French on the back also, so maybe it's like a Canadian, Canada only thing. I don't know. Hell yeah. Thank you. There's no note in here. Thank you, whoever sent the Doritos in. I'll definitely eat these. What did somebody ask if I've seen the movie The Wraith? Is that the one with God, what's his name? I drink tiger blood. Yes, I've seen that. Is it with the car? It's like an 80s movie, early 90s movie. Pretty sure I've seen that. Brian, I talked about fishing. You can actually just barely see one. I just bought that fishing rod right there, and I went fishing yesterday, and I caught one little bullhead and a few green sunfish. It was hot. I got a sunburn. So I'm trying. Charlie Sheen. Yes. Charlie Sheen. That's exactly who I was thinking of. It was, that interview where he's like, I drink tiger blood or something. Yeah. Yes, I've seen that movie, but it's been a long, long time. Josh and Dog, no, I have not seen the movie Hundreds of Beavers. It sounds like it might not be the most appropriate one, or I guess it could be a horror movie. All right. Obviously, this is from the Amazon from Mr. Bezos. Tommy Boy is a great movie. We got more chippies. There's a note in this one. Something for you to snack on from Terry Ray. What are these? Oh, we've got more crispy jalops. Thank you for that. That's a big old bag of crispy jalops. Love these things, dude. I love these things. And I don't want to give it away too much, but for the catch and cook that I was trying to do with that dang old fishing pole, I was going to use some of those and crush them up with my fish batter and use it for the fish fry. So somebody might steal that idea from me now, but we're definitely going to do that. Jalapeno pretzel pieces. Check those out. Those look tasty. I do enjoy me some pretzels. And jalapeno kettle tater chips. These things are great also. I think I've had these before. I've had a few of these different. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've had these before. But kettle cooked tater chips. Thank you, Terry. Oh, there's different notes in here, I think, for each one of these. Enjoy your gift. Hope you like them. Enjoy your gift makes a supper much better. So each one must have had a note with it. Thank you, Terry. Terry does get me covered, yeah. Kettle chips are great. Yes, they are definitely very crunchy. But they're supposed to be healthier for you. Easy dream. What about my OnlyFans foot page? You know, I've thought about actually legitimately doing that and seeing if something happens with it. I was talking to who was I talking to? God, who was it? Somebody I know subscribes to somebody on OnlyFans. So it's like, and the amount of money that goes through that website is insane. Uh, I'm not gonna be showing my butthole or anything, but if somebody wanted a foot picture, I'd consider it. Yes, I have a cast iron stomach, John. Nothing really gives me an upset stomach. Like everybody's always like, "Oh man, I could never eat that. I'd poop myself and all this type of stuff." Or where do you go to the bathroom? And it's like, it just doesn't bother me like that. The homie Travis, what's up, homie? Thank you for the donation. Jeannie D, the stickers and stuff will be up on I'll have stuff for sale hopefully this month in May. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I'm pretty sure you can go to crazyquady.com and the website isn't live yet, but I think you can sign up for like an email notification. Yeah, opening soon. It's pretty simple right now. It's a Shopify thing, but you can sign up so that you'll know as soon as it goes live. But obviously, it'll go live with the video. So you guys just have to stay tuned for that. I might not say it right in the beginning of the video. I want the real ones to be able to get the stuff first because it's going to be a limited supply to start with. But homie Travis, oh yeah, happy birthday, Ryan, man. Hope you have a good one. 10 years old and you've done a lot. You're a little ruler, dude. I wish I was racing motorcycles like you were when I was that young. All right. What else do we got here? Let's do something besides an Amazon package. Amazon. This one is not Amazon. To the legend, yeah. Yeah, little dude's a ruler. He's going to be way cooler than us when he's our age. All right, this is from, doesn't have a name on it, but it's out of, is this one? No, this couldn't be Travis. That's not the right address. But this is Menominee, Wisconsin. Maybe it is Travis and it's just not from his address. I don't know. What is this? Oh, this might be the MREs. I got a message from somebody saying that they were going to send in a bunch of MREs from different countries. Yeah, this is it. Let's see if there's a note in here. If not, I can look it up. Yep, there's a note. Haven't had an MRE in a minute. Probably the last time I had one was with Travis. It's from Ben and Hannah out of Wisconsin. I got invited to their wedding. RSVP to our wedding. When is it? We request your presence at their wedding, August 2nd. I might have to do that. It's been a while since I've been to a wedding. And I guess I'd be in Wisconsin. I could go see the homie Travis. We shall see. Showing up to a stranger's wedding. Thought it was a note. It is not a note. Let's see if there's something underneath this guy? No, but I do have a message from him. If I can find it. Yes. Said, hey, Mike, I've had an idea that I wanted to pitch to you for maybe a future camping video or just for funsies. I collect MREs from all over the world, and I've got a few that you might be interested in. I've got a Chinese Special Forces meal, a French MRE, Swedish Arctic field rations, a Russian 24-hour meal, which is 3 meals in one, and US MREs, and even a US humanitarian meal. None of them are expired and are all properly sealed. So these should be good. Yeah, I could tell just from the writing on this one as soon as I opened it up. I think this one, yeah. Check that out. I cannot read any of that, but I'm sure I could use Google, the Google Lens thing. See what it is at least. Your home. I think I've shown this to you guys. If you go to Google, pick this up off of myself just so I can show it to you guys. If you open up Google, there's a little camera icon right there. And you can click on that. And then with like writing in other languages, you can open the camera. It'll ask you to allow blah, 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 blah. And then you just focus on something and it'll translate it. Or you can like do the same thing and take a picture of a tree or a plant. Self-heating food, special forces, Dongo pork, multigrain rice, braised quail eggs, fresh roasted radish, and tomato egg drop soup with spicy sauce. Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to show that to you. You see that? And yeah, it translates everything just automatically. You could probably do it on the back too to get the foods or whatever. Just a little pro tip for you if you don't know. All right, so we've got a Chinese Special Forces meal. Travis, congrats on the engagement, Mike. He'll be there. Thanks, homie. All right, so this is a U.S. humanitarian daily ration. Food gift from the people of the United States of America. So this must be like, they might drop this in different countries or whatever for people. That's going to be tasty. I don't think this one doesn't say what's in it. Got this one, U.S. government, menu 4 turkey tetrazzini. Oh, it's a cold weather meal. I don't know what that means, but might be more calories because of the cold weather. And then we've got an Arctic field ration. I don't know where this one's from. Produced in Norway. Keiling tiki masala. There we go. Box in here. I don't know if I want to open this. Nope. Ration de combat individual reschaffable. French individual reheatable combat ration. Check that. That's a heavy box too. I'm going to mow down on these things. And then what are these? Dicophon. This stuff is identically shaped tins that has kept the Germans awake since the 30s. It's chocolate with caffeine, essentially a mild combat drug. Caffeinated chocolate. Let's see if I can see how many milligrams of chocolate are in this, or milligrams of caffeine. Getting some of it. Crude energy. Oh, per bit is 200 milligrams of caffeine per piece of chocolate. There's a bit of chocolate and there's a bit of caffeine in these things. Shoka koala. The caffeine chocolate. 46 pieces, I think. Yeah, that's going to be rad. Study Boys and Z, cheers. Thank you for the donation. Thanks for supporting the channel. And then one other little thing. Oh, we've got a bunch of little bags of Tabasco. So these come in a lot of the US MREs. And he's taken them out of the MREs he's got, but a bunch of tiny little Tabasco bottles. These are great. All right. Thank you for this. We will definitely use these. This will be perfect for a motorcycle video where you got to pack light. Yeah, I'm excited to try these. I'm excited to try this one for sure. We'll try not to get too geeked out on this chocolate. If it wasn't so late, I'd try it now, but I definitely don't want to do that. Thank you for this. I appreciate it. Oh, it's heavy. Mark, it's 8 o'clock at night here, so I'm definitely not sucking down any caffeine. I'd be up all night. Kyle the Killer, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Tim, have I found a set of lights that I like for the van? No, because I really want those neon ones. And like the first set that, if you guys saw it in my Instagram story, those looked perfect. They wouldn't go around because you can only bend those things one direction. And the way they needed to sit, you couldn't bend them the right way. And I didn't think they were going to be long enough to go all the way around. So I got another set and they weren't as high of quality. So you could, even though it had that like covering across the LEDs, you could still see like individual LEDs behind it. And I really don't want that look. I want it to look like a neon light. So I think I mentioned it maybe one of the last couple of videos that I have found stuff on Amazon. You know, all those light strips are typically, you can cut them to whatever length you want. And I found like the connector pieces and pigtails and stuff. So I should be able to like make my own set and connect them together, or buy a long strip of the nice ones and cut them so that I can bend them around. Because some of them they aren't that great. And I don't want to get two individual strips because then I'll have to do two plugins, although I could probably wire them together. And then like a lot, you'd have two different remotes and it would just be annoying. So I'm trying to do it once and find a good set. So we'll see what I come up with. I kind of have given up on it the last couple of weeks because I'm just annoyed that I can't find exactly what I'm looking for. But it is what it is. Bob and Donna, they sell 90-degree fittings. Yeah, I've seen some of those. I really wanted it to go like all down the sides and around the back. And in the back, like there's the side rails on the van, where it kind of comes down a little bit that you guys can see. But it doesn't go all the way to the back. It goes out, and then there's maybe like 6 inches of space before it hits the back of the van. So ideally it'd come back, twist out, go all the way around the back of the van, and then do the same thing to come back. So you kind of need it to be flexible. So that's why I'm probably going to have to cut and do them on my own. Uh, but the way that I had them, like they fit perfectly in that thing. I don't know if I could show you guys the video, if I could even find it at this point. It's been a minute. Probably not that far back. But they look sweet. Oh yeah, here we go. If you can see that. I found some of those like neon strip lights, and they look dang cool in there. The way I've got it like shoved in the little overhang thing. Yeah, it fit looks perfectly. Perfect, right? But these things, like I can't turn it appropriately to get it. CGTI Grant, right, thank you for the donation. Jalapeno spam fried rice, that sounds tasty. And I don't think this one would be quite long enough anyways. So I think I'm gonna have to, instead of doing like a full ring around the back, I'll just get a couple of shorter ones and run a strip on each side. And then I can tuck the wiring up here and run it down to like a battery box or something down there. But if that's blue, they do go white. It's not quite as bright in real life, I don't feel like, as it's showing on the video, but green, red, rave status in the van. There's a couple different settings. So yeah, I'd like to do I'd really like to get those in there perfectly. So I'm just waiting to find a good set. Like I said, the other ones that I bought weren't great. So I'm almost thinking about going back and buying those again, which I found those at a local store. I think those were at Michael's, which is like a craft store, and they were like $12, cheaper than like 90% of the stuff on Amazon even. So yeah, I might just end up going back and buying a couple of those and then cutting those and doing whatever. There's a lot of them on Amazon that you find, but they have to be like a 120 volt plug-in, and I want it to be USB powered, so it's lower voltage. But we'll see. Frank, any thoughts on using a drone for more footage? So there's a lot of drone laws. There's a drone in a box right there that was sent in a while back on a live, and I've used it a couple of times, but probably shouldn't have. But you can't film in it. You can't fly a drone in state parks. Like there's so many places that you can't even use them. In Nebraska state parks, technically I'd have to take off outside of the park, get my shots, and then you have to land outside of the park. It's not like a federally restricted fly zone, but you can't take off and land in the park. They frown upon it. Bob and Donna, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. And then Rocco, cheers from Chicago. Keep up the cool van life trips and camp trips. Jake, thank you for the donation. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Yeah, so there's a lot of rules that go into using drones. And then I feel like it's almost a gray area, but if you're making money off of the footage, you need to have a license. It's like called a Part 107 license, which I don't have. I can get one, but it says if you're making money off the footage. Now, technically, I don't make money off the video that I put on YouTube. I make money off of the advertisements that are placed prior and after the video. So I don't necessarily think I have to have the license. I'd need to, and I've said it before, like I'd need to talk to somebody that's smarter than me with drone laws and things like that, or just talk to like a lawyer or something. But yeah, there's so many regulations that go into it, and so many places that I'm at that I wouldn't be able to fly it anyways legally. So it is what it is. Yeah, I've got a drone. And it's nice. Curtis Tom, I know what channel you're talking about. Steve 1989 MRE. Yeah, I've watched a couple of his videos. We'll get back to some beers in the future, y'all. It'll probably be like at least another year or so. I'm trying to just keep it really chill, and I don't want to be drinking them while I'm on medications because they don't mix well with the meds that I'm on. Papa Donna, the merch is not ready yet. The merch is ready, but the website's not ready yet. We're not ready for shipping. I've got boxes. I've got all the merch except for the postcard that I'm going to put in every box. But we got a big printer that I got to get set up for, like packing lists and stuff like that. I've got the label printer, got all the packaging. I've got all the packaging tape. Pretty sure we have the scale. Like I've got everything. We're just slowly plugging away at it. Hopefully this month, hopefully in May, we'll have it out. All right, let's get to another package. Angle cardboard bits everywhere. This is from Lorena Gonzalez out of Florida. Something heavy in here. Ooh, that looks like some spiciness. A couple of bottles of, some hot sauce. What does that say? I thought that said Worcestershire on there. I don't think that's what it said. Baron Burton's W sauce, Fireshire. So is this like Worcestershire? Yes. Check that out. I think it's two of the same ones. Yes. Look at that. W sauce. What does it say on here? In 2020, amid a global shutdown, two of our work professional fishermen with tons of time started playing with a 100-year-old family recipe for Worcestershire. The original recipe was handwritten and tattered. Ingredients were crossed out and changed for generation. Now the world is back, and Baron Burton's W sauce is on shelves. So that looks tasty. Fireshire. So it's like a spicy. This would be good. Like I always do at home on steaks. I'll marinate the steaks in Worcestershire sauce, and that's really good. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Mark Dixon, I love what you do, man. Keep it up. Always look forward to when your vids come out. And as soon as the merch is ready, I will definitely be on that stuff. Thank you. Appreciate the donation, Mark. Thank you for that. This is this looks tasty. I'm excited to try these. We'll have to I don't know if we got to pick up a steak and marinate it in this. That looks tasty. Well, thank you, Lorena. I appreciate the sauces. We're going to give this stuff a whirl. That is for sure. Baron Burton's W sauce, small batch, gluten-free. The wsauce.com. I don't know if you guys can see that, but if you want to check it out, it doesn't focus. The wsauce.com. Thank you. Coming out of Florida, wrapped in that black plastic. I didn't know if that was a square grouper or something. Mike and Rachel have a meetup in Ontario, Canada. I don't know if we'll be able to get up to Canada anytime soon. I definitely want to get up there, but that might be a couple of years. Thank you for the donation. Justin, no t-shirts yet. We're starting with one size fits all stuff. And then maybe the next round we'll go into t-shirts and things like that. I didn't want to have to, I'm doing this. I bought everything to start with myself. This isn't like, I'm not doing any pre-orders. This isn't print to order stuff. I paid for everything up front. So I didn't want to have a big stock of t-shirts and stuff like that and have sizes sitting on the shelf. So, but we'll get into shirts and stuff like that soon. Worcestershire. Chicken, pork. Yeah, it'd be good on anything. Tim, have you thought the same thing? Yeah. Square groupers. Bob and Donna, my Clancy Brown's grandson. Maybe. I'm adopted, so I have no idea who my real parents are. So maybe Clancy's my dad. Who knows? But I've heard that. I've heard it quite a bit that I look like him. Shannon. Cheers, Shannon. Thanks for the donation. It goes well mixed with ketchup as a steak sauce. That sounds tasty. Freedom, what knife am I using now? It's a CRKT minimalist. I can't remember the actual name of this one, but there's only a couple of shorts on my channel, and I'm pretty sure the short of me showing this is the most popular short on the channel if you want to check it out. But yeah, CRKT minimalist. They make a few different ones, like different styles of blades, but they all have this same handle, which is incredibly comfortable. But it only fits a few fingers, and then you've got this there. I love this little thing. It's a thicker one than their other ones that they've got out there, but they've got like a little cleaver one. I've got that one too. Cool little knives. We've got koozies. All right. Just put the knife away. This has got to be from Terry. Got some crispy red peppers. Enjoy your gift. Didn't want you to run out, from Terry Ray. Thank you, Terry. I love these also. Crispy red peppers, crispy jalaps, and the crispy onions are good too. I'm to the point where I like put this stuff on everything. Crispy red peppers, y'all. These things are great, dude. Like, I'll just eat these straight out of the bag as a snack. I think they're amazing. But yeah, they even show them on wieners on there. They're great on hot dogs, dude. Great on everything. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. Put this in the box with the other ones over here. Glizzies, wieners, whatever you want to call them. The crispy onions on hot dogs, that sounds tasty. Have I tried crispy pickles? Like, I've had fried pickles before, but never like, I don't think I've had like dried pickle chips, if there's something like that. But I've definitely had like frickles is what we call them. But yeah, like, I don't know if that would dried. I don't know if they make that. I'd definitely try them. D177, I think Terry might be your real dad. Anything is possible. Keep putting my knife away. What are these? This is something different. From Terry Ray. Something new from Terry Ray. Yeah, I was going to say, this is different. Is it the same brand? Yeah, it's the same brand. This is Southwest Crunch. See that? Southwest Crunch. Crunchy corn tortilla strips. Tex-Mex topper, great on veggies, burrito bowls, and salads. So it looks like there's actual like dried beans and corn, and then little tortilla chips. Or maybe it's just, no, there's corn in there. Pepitas, crunchy corn, and tortilla strips. So pepitas must be little, yeah, little beans. I don't know. That looks great, dude. I kind of want to try it right now, but we got to save these for a video. Nick's Weather. Cheers, Nick's. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for tuning in. And thanks for all the weather reports on the vidges. And thank you, Terry, for these. These look tasty. I have not seen these in the store yet. Definitely going to give these a shot. These would be great mixed up in some tuna or some chicken. Put these with the other ones. My daddy's Green's Eyes. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in. Glad you can catch one. Jonna Epling, have not seen, I haven't checked the trail cams, but God, one morning I was leaving, there was one like just over the field, right on the other side of the property. And then my wife saw one coming home one day that I think she said it was either coming out of our property or going right into it on the front side. Bethany Gonzalez, cheers, Bethany. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. And Cabin Life with Cam, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. And Brad Wilson, thank you for the donation. Appreciate you guys. Hey, do you remember my name? Is it James? Bethany, yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate the donations, y'all. Tim, when's the video coming out of me being a machine operator? So I haven't quite planned out what I'm going to do yet, but I think I'm going to get the dumpster out here because I can keep the dumpster probably longer than, I can keep that for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to get the dumpster out here and I'm going to do as much as I can by hand, I think, or at least start going through a little bit of it by hand. And then we'll go pick up a machine to work with. But I don't want to get that out here and then like not almost necessarily not need it. Who knows? I might be able to do a lot of it by hand. And then, like I said, I'm going to have to get my neighbor that moved snow for me this year. He's got a big front end loader. He's going to have to come down and push the dirt back into the hole. But we'll do a little bit of burning. The state was just today, the state's been in a burn ban, the entire state. They were doing a controlled burn out west somewhere and it got out of hand and burned up a ton of land. So they just did a complete burn ban, but it's rained a ton here. So now like my third of the state, they've lifted the burn ban. So we could probably get to some of that soon too, because there is a lot of it that I'm going to have to burn out there. But yeah, we've had it's wild that they put us in a burn ban because it's rained like every day. It rained today and it's supposed to rain tonight. It's supposed to storm tonight. I wish I could be out camping, but I had to do this for you guys. Gotta keep on the monthly live stream. This, it's an Amazon. No, I thought it was a book, but that's not a book. Good old Nebraska. Yeah, it's been raining like crazy, so I need to mow my lawn again. What I can mow with my property anyways. I got to get it all cleaned up. I really want to get the property cleaned up like 99% this year. From Terry Ray, maybe this will come in handy. Oh, it's a foldable camping stove, wood camping stove. So it might be like a mini fire pit. Wonder if it's bigger than the other one I got. You guys see that? Yeah. Or maybe this is like something you can set a pan on top of. Yeah, this is like a... Oop. Go shablam. No, shablam this way. Right? And I think this goes on the bottom. Oh, there's another thing. Is there any destructions? Nope. That picks up. Right? Yeah. I feel like this has to go somewhere. Maybe this just sits on the bottom. Doesn't slide in there. Here, no. Maybe it just sits on the bottom. I don't know. Can't tell where that's supposed to go in there. Then there, that goes right there. And you can set a pot on there, right? I think that's how it works. Might have to look it up. There's no destructions with it, but it's a cool little stove. And you can feed it. I imagine that piece has to go on the bottom, but I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to sit up off the ground. Wouldn't think so, though. No. Maybe I've got it upside down. I wouldn't think that either. No. I don't know. It just doesn't, I mean, it sets up here. Oh yeah, that is it, because it slides in right there. Yeah, that's the way it goes. And then that just sets on top of there. And you can close that up. Maybe that holds that in there. Kind of like so. There we go. Figured it out. Shablam. And you can have your little fire in there. The air can go up underneath the grate. And you could make something on top of that. Or you could just have a little campfire with this thing. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. We'll give this thing a whirl. I still got to use that, what is it, the rocket stove that was sent in. Have not used that yet, but like I said, we've been in a fire ban for the last week and a half or 2 weeks. Go in there. I guess it can just all go back in. Comes in a nice little case. This would be a good one to take on a motorcycle trip too. I don't think that other one would travel very well in my saddlebags. I mean, it would fit, but there we go. Thank you, Terry. I figured it out. Set that over here. Yeah, it's gonna rain some more. Hobo stove? Are you talking like a penny stove or something? Or like a, I know people make I don't know, you can use like just a tin can with some alcohol in it. There's a diagram on the cover. Am I that dumb? You're absolutely right. There is a diagram on the cover that shows it. I never claimed to be a smart man. I don't think we're gonna get any snow around here. Justin burn all the wood or hid the property in that burner. That would take me like 5 years to do. I did burn a little bit of it already, but not much. I have anything inside. Well, I got pineapple drinks and I got a Jones soda, but I don't really want that sugar right now. Have not spotted any new critters. I haven't checked them. I should just get the cell ones, but we'll see. I've got cameras on the house now for security, but I haven't seen anything on those. I don't think they're getting close enough. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, you should. You would have saw the squirrel George that I rescued, and then I walked outside and there was a raccoon like standing right outside. There was two of them right outside on the driveway at the back here. Got some hot sauce. The sauce has so much flavor, great on anything. Thanks for your videos, man. From Steve from Eastern Colorado. Green Belly hot sauce out of Boulder, Colorado. The packaging is nice. Looks tasty. Inspired by my mother's secret recipe, we hand select the finest ingredients to bring you the freshest of her Guatemalan garden. This sauce is a savory blend of garlic and fiery habaneros with a tangy cilantro crisp. Mix it with your favorite food and enjoy the ride. It looks tasty. We'll definitely give this a whirl. Thank you for that. All right, we're going to put that with our other sauces. Steve from Colorado. Thank you, Steve. Green Belly out of Boulder, Colorado. Put that in the box with our Worcestershire sauce. It's getting warm in my garage. I should take off my hoodie, but I don't know what I'm wearing underneath this thing. I've been running a dehumidifier in here. One morning we got up and it was musty out here. I think it's just, it's a metal building or whatever, and that's why he's got a big fan in the ceiling. But it got up to like 70% humidity in here, and I wanted to pull that down. I don't want it to be that humid in here all the time. Yeah, everybody hit the like button if you're tuned in. Keep going here. Bang, bang. This one is from Jason out of Moira, New York. Moira, Moira, New York. Yeah, I've got the air conditioner that I can run. But it's not, it wasn't hot. It was just humid. And I know, yeah, the AC will take the humidity out of the air, but I think that uses a little bit more electricity than the dehumidifier would. Trying to not pay like $500 a month in an electric bill. All right, we got a letter in here. Hey Mike, I've been trying to send you a package forever now, finally doing it. I sent you a couple bottles of sauces, 2 of my favorites. I'm also sending you 2 bottles of honey powder. Be careful opening those, they will burn your nose. I also included a bag of hot coffee and a few items that I have 3D printed. The skull is a phone stand. The purple item will snap onto a can of soda, beer, etc. It helps to stop bugs getting in your drink. And the white one is to open a can. The last is a shark I thought you would like. My wife and I love your content. Your vehicles and setups are something I'd love and would love to have a vehicle set up that way of my own someday. Keep up the great work and God bless. Jay Noon. All right. Plastic bags. Here we go. We've got a skull, which you said is a phone stand. So you can go shablam. That's actually pretty nifty. Might have to use that upstairs. Suppose I could get on Instagram Live right now. I've never done an Instagram Live. Why don't I go ahead and just do that? How do I do that? Oop. Live. Am I live? I don't know if I got to hit that button. Oh, we're going live on Instagram. I'm live on Instagram, y'all. I don't know if anybody will tune in. I don't have that many followers on the gram. We'll see. Oh, there's 4 people in here. What's up, guys? So for the followers out there on the gram, I'm doing a live on YouTube right now, and somebody just sent me in this phone stand. It's shaped like a skull, but it's got a phone stand. So I figured, why not do my first Instagram Live ever? We'll see what that. We're doing a mail unboxing for the tube, but we've got hot karma sauce, Ghost Island Caribbean flavor to die for. Check that out, guys. There we go. And keep going in here. Are these all Gordman's bags? Yep. Got another sauce. Oh, this is the honey powder, he said. Smoked ghost pepper and cinnamon hot honey powder. I don't know what you would even use this for. If you guys can see that. You guys can see it too over there. Dang, 74 of y'all on the Instagram. What's up, y'all? Hot honey powder. Sprinkle on some delicious flavor and heat with our hot and sweet cinnamon honey. Use in place of a sugar or honey on absolutely anything. Well, we'll definitely give that a try. I don't know what I would use that on. Maybe put it on some cereal or something. Some hot honey powder on Rice Krispies instead of sugar. That'd be pretty tasty. I think he said there was a couple of them in here. What we got going on? The same thing? Scorpion pepper. Oh, no. So it's a different flavor. This is smoked ghost pepper and cinnamon. And then we've got scorpion pepper going on there. If you guys can see that. We'll definitely give this stuff a try. That's different. And here's the little shark. Ooh, it's actually like one of those 3D prints that moves. You guys see that? Dun, 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 dun. We got a shark. Here's the thing for the top of your can. Just clips on a can, I guess. You guys can see that. It's kind of hard to in 2 dang old live streams at once. Stick it on here if we can. Maybe I got to take this guy off. Jeannie's watching me on both. So I don't know, does that actually clip on there? Yeah. Don't want to break it. Maybe, maybe not. think it's supposed to clip on. I'm going to break it if I try too hard. We're just not going to do that because I don't want to break it. And then this is for opening drinks. Go. Thank you for that. We've got some 7 Seas Roasting Company out of San Diego. Some coffee. Whole beans. Oh, these are whole. Is it whole beans? Doesn't feel like whole beans. And I think another bottle of sauce in here. What are you guys doing out on the Instagram? 6 to 7 second delay on the gram. I'm not surprised. Inferno Farms, the Green Monster. It looks like he's got a pickle on a stick. Is that a pickle on a stick? This spine-chilling blend of fresh ingredients is monstrous in flavor with only a shadow of heat. A hair-raising experience when paired with most foods. The Green Monster will hit your taste buds and send anything bland screaming to the hills. Yeah, it looks like he's got a pickle on a stick. Well, thank you for that. I put my knife away before I dang old cut myself. For those of you guys out on the gram, I've just never done a gram live stream. So we figured we'd give that a shot since we got the phone stand. Jay, thank you for the stuff and the things. I appreciate it. Gunner, chill out, buddy. We'll have stickers up on the store soon. All the sauces. Yeah, I'm curious what this stuff is going to taste like. I kind of want to just dip a finger in there. He said be careful when you open it. We'll give it a taste test. Ghost pepper, scorpion pepper. It smells spicy. I don't know if I want that much. Got a little bit on our finger here. It's not bad. It's got a kick. It's sweet too. Well, I guess that'd be from the honey. It says caution, very hot. It is spicy, but that's like, I feel like that would be good on popcorn, or you could even use this to like season a steak. I think that would be good that way. All right. Thank you for that. Got our little hammerhead. Appreciate it. Definitely need a drink after that. Yeah, the gum was hardcore. I've got a couple other things down there. What was it? The gum was hardcore, but we've also got like, I've got like a, I don't know if it's like a chocolate teddy bear or chocolate teddy bear, like a gummy bear. I think I've got one of those. And I think there's still some bugs down there too. If you guys remember the what was it? I ate the tarantula, and then there was stink bugs, and I think one of them was a scorpion also. I don't know if I could do that without having a beard in my head. Those things were rough. All right, what do we got over here left? A couple more bags. This is a personal one. Yeah, it's a personal package. Bang all the things. Use the powder with toast and butter for a simple breakfast. That wouldn't be bad. Enjoy your gift. Hope the flat cast iron works for you and the steak sauce is good. There must be some cast iron up in here somewhere. Yep, because there's a cast iron. There's a Lodge handle from Terry Ray. So Terry sent in some cast iron. I'm sure we could find it with how heavy it is. That prop might be it. Although this one's heavy too. Now there's a couple of heavy ones. We'll see. That's not a cast iron pan. But this is also from Terry Ray. Enjoy your gift. Hope this will come in handy for some evening for you. From Terry Ray. This is probably something I can use to set the cast iron pan on, I think. I can't even tell what it is, honestly. Whatever this is. Something camp. High pressure from Cook Camp International. Steel frame with cast iron burner. So, it's just it's a burner that I can hook to the propane stove. There we go. Cast iron burner with 12,000 BTUs of output. Dang old dang Terry Ray. There we go. You guys can see that now. I don't need to pop this out yet. I'm sure it's got legs on it. Yeah. Yeah, 12 pounds. I thought that was a cast iron pan. Well, thank you, Terry. We'll have to give this thing a try. I'll set that over here. Get rid of these dang old boxes over yonder this way. So this has got to be cast iron. This is a portable grill. From Terry Ray. Now you can really cook. Terry sending in all the things. This looks like another folding fire pit or something. Let's see what this is. Terry for the win, yeah. The Instagram definitely dwindled off a lot faster than the YouTubes. We'll leave it going. I'm sure there's just lots of dang old dang strangers out in that Instagram land. Yeah, this is like another little folding fire pit, it looks like. Can you guys see what I got going on? You guys can't. We got some gloves so we don't burn ourselves for the grate, I think. This must be, oh yeah, the bag to put it in. Yeah, this does look a little bit bigger than the Yuko one that I have. This one isn't, this one's like self-assemble, you gotta assemble it. It's not like the folding one. See if we can figure out how to put this guy together. This looks neat. I think this is definitely bigger than the other one for sure. Yeah, a lot of random people on Instagram, I think. First Instagram live. People are probably like, what is this goofball even doing? Put it in reverse, Terry. Your Instagram quit working? Well, we'll see. I probably should just stop that. Well, there's somebody that's actually knows who I am right there. All right, we've got a couple of end pieces. I think these are the sides right here. Gunner, you gotta chill, homie. Five minutes. Let's see if I can put this thing together. I feel like I need a different stand for the phone if I'm going to try to do this nonsense. Hope the merch includes some dangle dang. We're working on that. We're starting simple, just to pop the old merch cherry, I guess you could say. All right, this one actually does have destructions. Connect the sides to the back. I don't think it matters which way these things go. Put my knife away so I don't cut myself. This way, I think. Like that. Here we go. So I'm setting it on my computer, and then this slides in over yonder this way. Instagram folks can't see any of this. Go to the YouTube channel. That's where the live's going on. The good one, anyways. Get it in there. Bam. I think I need to. No, that's right. Right enough. There you go. You got a fire pit. And you got a grate that you can cook with right there. I feel like this is definitely longer than the other one that I've got. This looks like it would hold a whole piece of wood. And you could probably, I feel like this needs to go in the other way. So it hooks onto that piece on the bottom there. Yup. There we go. Shablam, if you guys can see that. It's nice. It's a nice piece of equipment, Terry. Bam. And it's got this little dealie so you can hook onto the grill here. Shablam. We'll definitely give this a whirl. This is nice. What brand is it? Autoland? Uduland? If you guys want to check that out. Autoland. Dang dang Terry. Now, can we fit it all in the bag? That's the biggest question. This one looks like it'll fit easier than the other one does. The other one's a tight fit. Without breaking anything. Don't need to like slam it down on my computer. Shablam. Shablam. There we go. That's nice. Bam, right back in the bag. Guess I forgot this dealy whopper and the gloves. I don't know if these are supposed to be like fireproof or not, but we got some gloves in here. How's everybody doing out there in Instagram land? Can't see I guess you can scroll back through the comments. It's harder to see than what it is on the YouTubes here. I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to you folks on Instagram. If you want to watch, over to the YouTube channel because we're live over there. And now, hey, a couple hundred views on there. Oh, no, we don't need to share that. No, I don't need to share it as a reel. Don't need to save that. All right, back to you guys. Nooner 13. Yeah, the phone stand's working great. We did our first Instagram Live. Thank you, Terry, for this. Now we got to see if we can find said there's cast iron somewhere. Flat cast iron. This could be it. It's kind of heavy. Maybe. The coffee is spicy. I'll give it a whirl. Put her all in the French press, I suppose. Yeah, that's cast iron. Shablam. So it's a flat lodge, just like a skillet, a griddle, cast iron griddle, I guess. There we go. Could definitely do some cooking up in this. Shablam, shablam. Get all the junk off of there. There we go. I think that's about the same size as the pan I've got. Probably. And then this thing is just like the red, although I guess I haven't been using that pan on the vidges. If you guys haven't, if you've got cast iron, these Lodge, turn this thing off. We've got, it's like a silicone that you can put over the handle and then you don't burn yourself. Works really nicely. I've got a red one that I use on the Lodge cast iron pan that I have, but the Griswold and the Wagner that I've got, those things don't get quite as hot. Dang, look at that hair. Those things, since they're not as thick as the Lodge stuff is, it doesn't get quite as hot in the handle. But I'll have to put this through a couple rounds of my seasoning. I know Lodge is pre-seasoned, but I feel like you definitely need to give it a little bit of extra seasoning. I don't know if I'll worry about smoothing this thing out. It's got one little notch on here that I might try to take off of there, but yeah, we'll give this thing a whirl, Terry. Thank you for this. All right. Got lots of boxes to take outside. I am getting warm in here. Temperature's up to 67. It's not bad, but the humidity is going up. I'm gonna take my hoodie off. Do it over here so you guys don't see my nips. Pancakes? Ooh, I haven't made pancakes on cast iron before. That would be good. I'll have to give that a try. I might end up burning them pretty bad, though. We'll see if I can make that happen. Sink them in the mirror. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I've done anything like that on cast iron. I think it'd be cool to get a cast iron waffle maker. I don't know where you would pick one of those up at anymore, but I know they used to make those and you could put them like directly on the old wood burning stoves that had the holes in them. It'd be cool to have one of those, but my wife would never want a wood-burning stove in the house. Pancakes for supper, we could do that. Ooh, French toast. Yeah, we could do French toast on there. Great ideas, guys. All right. This one's from Martin out of Paramount, California. Kind of sounds familiar. Looks to be some sauces. It's me again. I thought that sounded familiar. Quady, it's me again, sending you some delicious Hawaiian hot sauce. This is from a company called Dakeen Hawaiian. The hot mustard sauce is very good. The hot soy sauce is really good and goes with anything that you put soy sauce on. And the regular hot sauce is very flavorful. By the way, I've noticed twice now that you're ready to use La Sagrera hot sauce, and I think you got distracted and never used it. It's a very flavorful hot sauce. It's literally in my cooler right now for the next video. I would also like to see you try the Kauai Kaiwa smoked Hawaiian chili sauce. I sent you this last time. It's very good. Much aloha. Malama Pano. Take care of yourself. A hui ho. Until we meet again. Marty Burns. So yeah, maybe I think I've only used one of the sauces that he sent in. It was like I think it was spicy chili water or something like that. Is what it was. I don't know. We got some more sauces. Didn't Furphy also make cast iron? I've never heard of Furphy. I haven't thrown anything away. Crepes would be good. RTB Steakhouse in the chat. What's up, man? That would be very good on the new cast iron. I definitely need to come up there and pick up some of the steaks that you got for sale so I can take those out and cook them up. Dakeen Hawaiian. Check that. Hot mustard sauce. Give that a whirl. Yeah, if y'all have never been to Round the Bend Steakhouse here in Nebraska, definitely need to go check it out. If you're following me on Instagram, you've probably seen a couple of stories from there. We've got, what is this one? So that's the hot mustard sauce. We've just got the regular hot sauce. And then uno mas in here. Hot soy sauce. That sounds tasty. I think I'm actually going to keep this bag because I'm a pack rat sometimes. All right. Thank you for the sauces, Marty. More sauces. We'll give these a shot. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm kind of excited. Well, the mustard sounds good, but hot soy sauce. We'll see what that's all about. Carp fish quesadilla. I have never eaten carp. I wouldn't be against trying it, but I don't know. I'd have to definitely watch some videos on how to clean carp because it is a very bony fish. But I'd try it. I got no problem trying foods. I think like one of the only things in memory that stands out to me that I've tried and I didn't like was, I think it was squid sushi. So it was raw squid and that was not good, but I didn't put anything on it. So we'll see. Like maybe if I would have had some hot soy sauce or something on there, it wouldn't have been bad. All right. Pat, but there's a restaurant and I can't remember the name of it. There's a restaurant in Omaha where they're like famous for the carp that they make. All right. Thank you, Marty, for the sauces. Put them down over yonder here. Joe Tess, yeah. Yeah, I should go there and at least just try it at some point, but smoked would probably be the best way to do it. I have no idea how they cook it. But yeah, they're like famous for their carb. Getting to the end of them here. I think we've been on for 2 hours already, boys. Hit that like button if you haven't done that. All that nonsense. Fragile. Enjoy your gift. Something new from Terry Ray. Half of this stuff was from Terry, boys. Terry is always taking care of me. What is this? Tennessee's best old-fashioned jalapeno mix. We've got some jalapenos. There must be something else. Oh, yeah, there's like some red peppers and some onions in here. Jalapenos, water, vinegar, sugar, onions, bell peppers, and salt. That looks tasty. I put the jalapenos, I think, from the burger video, the last video. I put those all over my omelet that I made today. Thank you for the jalaps, Terry. I appreciate it. We'll definitely give these a try. Love me some jalapenos. Terry is Miss Quady. She definitely wouldn't send me all this crap. She would not spend her money on me. Terry's hooking it out, though. She wouldn't be buying me all the spicy stuff. And this is tuna, so I can only imagine this is from Terry also. Yeah, there's no tag in here. But Terry's hooked it up with the tuna on probably like the last 4 or 5 lives, and I've been eating a lot of it. Tuna, and what is this? This is different. I've never seen this. Star-Kissed Beef Creation Seasoned Beef and Sauce. I didn't know this was a thing. Check that out. Seasoned beef, taco style beef and sauce. Fully cooked, ready to eat. I have never heard of this. Enjoy straight from the pouch or empty into your favorite bowl and microwave for about 30 seconds. Yeah, they've got tuna, salmon, chicken, and beef. I have never seen those. We'll definitely give this a shot. Thank you, Terry. And I've said it before on the videos and probably on some of the live streams also. But this is like the best. It's the best stuff because there's a lot of like, I can't say I've ever seen these in stores around here, but there's also a lot of things that you guys have sent in that I would probably just never buy and try on my own. Like a lot of the hot sauces are obviously not available around here. But yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that I would probably just never think of trying. So thank you for that. We'll give these a whirl. I mean, we could just make some tacos with it, but I'm curious, like, what would you guys put these in? I don't know. Never heard of that before. Kind of just want to eat one and try it right now. But I don't want to, we got to try those on a video for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Be nice, TJ. And then we've got tuna. Big packs of tuna. Thank you, Terry. I'm always down with the tunas. I want to keep that, actually. came across the same ones, but they're sloppy joes. Yeah, they'll definitely burrito. I guess you could just put it in ramen. But you could make, yeah, you could just make any kind of burrito with that. I'm really curious at what that tastes like. Now I want to take one to TJ and make him eat it on camera. Don't knock it unless you try it. But he's got a very high palate with the meats that he cooks. I can understand that. All right. We'll get into another one. I think these last ones, yeah, these are all Amazons. Not every burrito needs ramen. I don't know about that. I mean, I've made plenty of stuff like that hasn't had ramen in it, but I feel like ramen's a great filler. Like, it replaces rice. If you don't want to use rice, it's a lot easier. These have got to be from Terry also. We've got a big old bag of crispy onions. Everything with the crisp is good. Taco salad, yeah, that would be great. Be easy to make a taco salad that way. Enjoy your gift in case you need some from Terry Ray. Thank you, Terry. I love these. Rice is life. Yeah, it just depends on what you want to cook. I have always been one that, like, anytime I try to make rice, unless it's in those like pre-made packets where you get a serving size, dude, I always either cook way too much or I don't cook enough. But it's good. Tim, man, bag tuna, yeah, it's just as good as canned. It's the same stuff. Lithy 42, that is a painting that was sent in. Frank did a painting of me getting assaulted by some raccoons at a campsite. If you're new here, Frank also made a sweet diorama of the Ford that I had. I don't want to necessarily set that up against the, no, because it's going to push on that. But yeah, that's awesome. I guess some of you guys might be new here. I can show you the diorama. I've got it right over here. A little dusty from sitting in the garage, but he handmade this thing. That's the Ford that I had, and you can see me sitting on the table there with the campfire. There's even the tripod for my camera, just chilling at camp. He handmade that. And you can see in the back of the truck, maybe there's like my cooler and everything is in there. Frank is very handy. Yeah, I gotta get a cool old frame or something that I can put that in, like a classic frame, or, you know, with like wood scrolling and stuff on the side of it. And then once we get our area figured out, like we had in the old house in the basement, we'll get all that stuff hung up and displayed for the lives. Gots to, you know. Is this just a giant box of hot sauce? Love your videos. I was looking for some hot sauce for you, saw these and thought they were cool. Enjoy. John from from John Amaral. That's a big box of sauce. Oh, I think these might be the grenades. I might be wrong, but I think these might be the grenades. I've had one of them, if that's what I'm thinking of. It would make sense. What in tarnation? Check that out. It's like the Salt Life stickers, but Sauce Life. And yes, it's the grenades. I think this might be a full set of them. Maybe 4 of them. It's like an ammo box. Check that out. Three of them in here. I've had one of these. I want to say maybe it was the yellow one or it was a green one. I couldn't tell you. So we can get them out. Check it out. Yeah, so it's like, it looks like a grenade. And these are glass bottles, man. They're really sweet. That's not going to stay open. But yeah, glass bottles. This one is Danger Close. Maybe it was this one. I can't remember. I wish I would have, since the start of the videos, I wish I would have kept a list of all the hot sauces that I've tried, but I have not. I could obviously go back through all the videos, but there's probably 500 videos, probably not that many with hot sauce, but I bet there's probably at least 200 videos of me trying hot sauces at this point. There's gotta be. So this one is Danger Close, which doesn't really say. This is cayenne and habanero peppers. 86% peppers, veteran owned, American grown. This one is called Shock and Awe. So this is habanero also. You can read that. And then this one is Dead Red. Dead Red sauce. Yeah, these are sweet. And the box is cool too, you know. Very good presentation. Oop. I'm afraid I'm going to drop it and break it. The Sauce Life sticker is funny. I always get a kick out of the Salt Life stickers because you see them around here and it's like you're literally in the middle of the entire country, but I guess you never know where somebody came from. There we go. The General's hot sauces. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. You guys can see all those. And I guess this does say what the heat level is and what they are. Hua jalapeno. They've got Hua jalapeno. Yeah, I can't remember what the one I had was. I feel like it was either Shock and Awe or Danger Close. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll keep that in there with it. I'll stick this on something. Sauce Life. I don't have enough room on my cooler for that. Does that close up? It's even got like you can actually lock it. That's rad. Thank you, John. I appreciate it. Sauce Life. Maple Mayhem is awesome. Salt Life is pre-cholesterol. I guess that's the way to put it, right? Looks like you're gonna need another cooler. I got a different cooler downstairs that I could start using, but it's a longer one. When we bought this place, I don't know if I've ever even showed it, but when we bought the house, the company, the guy that helped us, what is it? Midwest Land Management. I can't even remember the name of it now. I don't want to say it wrong. But everybody that he works with, when they close the deal, they get a Yeti. So I got a free Yeti cooler. I guess I can't say free. It's the most expensive Yeti cooler that I've ever seen. But it's longer than this one, so it takes up more room. Like, this thing is just the perfect size. But I can start sticking stickers all over that. But the thing is, you guys will never see them. Like, the first trip, the road trip that I took out to California a few years back, I used my larger cooler. It's an Ozark Trail cooler, just like that one was. And I put a bunch of stickers on that. And so I'm sure half of you guys have never even seen those. This has got to be from Terry also. These are nice on a summer night from Terry Ray. So we've got more chickens here. Buffalo style chicken. I think he sent in some of these before. These are good. Maybe it was buffalo tuna, but shablam. No, I think I've had the chicken ones. And then what is this? Oh yeah, it's more of the Smart Bowls. He sent in a couple of different flavors of these. I think this is different. I like these things because I wouldn't call it necessarily a complete meal, but it's better than just tuna straight on its own. Quinoa and beans with tuna Latin citrus. So you get some tuna and some beans in there. I've been eating like these on a salad. They've been tasty. Can't remember which one the last one was. And then what we did a video where I used one of these and stuffed those peppers. I did stuffed peppers with these. Thank you, Terry, for all the tasty foods that you sent in. I appreciate it. And the grill and the cast iron pan and the burner and the other burner. I appreciate it, Terry. Hopefully everything goes well with your radiation and all is well with that. That's it. We got through all the packages. I think I said in the beginning of the live, I think that's the most in 1 month that we've ever had for mail to open up. But yeah. Rad painting, thanks to Frank. And all sorts of cool bits. I definitely like skulls. If you guys can see half of my tattoos, they're all skulls. Yeah, kind of looks like it's my arm going down right there. But yeah, I appreciate all the love, guys. And for anybody out there that's new in the last month, thanks for subscribing and thanks for tuning in. We've got a lot more stuff to come, and maybe I got to take one of those things of beef and up to TJ and make him try that around the bed. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Like I said in the last video, 130K. You hope stuff like this works out when you start, but you just got to have this dumb confidence or dumb delusion that you think it's going to. But I think in anything in life, like, especially if you're going to start any kind of business, you have to have the absolute delusional mentality that it's going to work. You have to believe that it's going to work. Otherwise, it's not going to. Anything in life, you got to have that delusional mentality that it's going to work out. But yeah, love you guys. Yeah, everybody keep Terry in your thoughts as he goes through his ordeal. And yeah, I think we're just going to close it out there. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. We'll have a new video up tomorrow night. There's a cabin that I stayed in with the missus, so check that video out. It's a little bit shorter than usual, but you guys will see why when you watch it. And I think we're just going to go ahead and close it out there. Hit the like button, all that nonsense. I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Love you guys. treat everybody good, be nice to your neighbors, all that kind of stuff. And vengeance is no good. It just ends up ruining you too. So be happy. And tomorrow's going to be a great day. Today's a good day. Love you guys. Peace.